In this video we are going to learn a few new things. We're going to learn how to use the text tool, align. We're going to have multiple motion tweens using different instants of the same symbol. That might not make sense right at the moment, but we'll get to it. We are also going to convert our animation from ActionScript 3.0 to HTML5. So here in our kind of template presets, we've got different types of web templates that we can set up, but we're still going to go with, for right now, we're going to do 800 by 600. Frame rate is 24, and we're going to go with ActionScript. So I'm going to show you how to convert it from one to the other. So HTML5 is basically what everything is going to, and it's better for the web because it's open, whereas ActionScript is more of an Adobe type of coding language. So one thing that we can do from our properties right when we start is if we make the stage a certain size and we just decide, you know what, I want it to make a web banner that kind of goes across the top of a website, but I've maybe created a couple things already and I just don't want to start a new document from scratch. So in our properties, if it's not open, you can twirl this open. So that's what it's called when you are clicking on these arrows or triangles and you want to twirl that open. So here we've got options to change the size of the stage. So we're not set just because that's what we picked at the beginning. So let's change the height of this to 200. So before you do anything else, up here we've got our how much we can zoom in here, but over to the left of that we could center stage, so it's kind of like a target. You just click on that and it'll center the stage in your workspace. Kind of handy. Sometimes you can get off moving something onto the pasteboard, like way down here, and you're like, I don't even know where my stage is. You can just click center stage. It'll put it right at the center of your workspace. So let's make a background here. Let's make a background here. So I will name it right away. So I've told a few of you in class, when I go to mark your assignments or mark your project, there's some things in the rubric that I just have marks assigned for. A lot of you that I'm coming to help, you're just leaving this as layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, and then when I ask you which layer is the green ball on, you're not sure. So you have to be naming your layers. It's just a way to keep organized. And remember, when you make an animation, sometimes you might not be the only one working on it. It takes sometimes a lot of people working on the same animation because it's just time consuming. So we made the background. We're going to grab the black, or we're going to grab the rectangle. We're going to make sure the alpha is 100. Drawing object mode is on for right now. So again, most of the time we're going to start with drawing mode on. I think that should be the default. And then if we need to build with shapes, we can. So now that we've created this background, down here we have our visibility. So we could click on right underneath the eye. So we're making it invisible. We could lock it, which means that we don't accidentally put anything on it. So you need to start locking the layers when you're not using them. Out here we've got the outline view. So if you click on that, so it's still visible, but we just see the outline, and the outline is blue, or the outline is whatever layer color that's been assigned. So if I click on new layer, this new layer, whatever I put on that, the outline is going to be, in this case, purple. I can change the outline colors specifically if I want, but this is helpful because you can create some content. You still want to be able to see what's going on in the background, so you can just click Outline View so you know where it is in relation to everything else you're creating. Okay, so we are going to double click on this layer. We're going to call it Name. We're going to go to the Text tool. Now as soon as I select the Text tool, I have a bunch of options over here in Properties. If I click on the paragraph, if I twirl that open, we've got some options there. On our drop down, we've got lots of different fonts. There's ways to add fonts as well, so I'll go over that in another lesson. But Adobe makes it helpful, and they make it so that you can download some fonts that are connected kind of to your Adobe account. So then when you log into another computer, it'll upload those, or it'll attach those fonts to that program. So then if I add the font to Animate, when I open up Photoshop, it'll be there. Okay, so let's see. There's a font I was looking for. So I'm just going to go with this one just because it's pretty unique. So I've got the size of the font I can change, but I could also change it once I start typing. The color is just, it might be default to whatever fill color I was using last. So what I usually do is I will just select the font, select the color, click, make sure that I am on that layer. So my background is locked. I'm not adding this to my background layer. I'm adding this to the new layer. And you are going to type in your name. And it doesn't matter what size it is right now. Okay, so you've typed in your name. Then we have some options. If I want to change the size of it now, and I hover over this, and I just increase it, it's going to increase anything I type after that. So I've just typed what I want. Now I will, if I double click, it'll highlight one word. If I triple click, sometimes it'll highlight the entire thing. In this case it's not. So I'm going to drag this so I can increase it. And everybody's name is going to be a different length, but I want it to kind of fill that space. So mine is going to be 96. Won't scrub any further, so I can click and I can manually type in like 110 if I wanted to. Now my name isn't fitting on the stage. I need to move it over. So to move it over, I'm going to move to my selection tool. And I could kind of move it around over here and try and figure out. It's giving me a little bit of feedback that it might be lined up with something here. So I'm like, yep, I'm going to put it here. It is centered. Correct? No, obviously not. So one way to easily align our content is using this Align panel. So the Align panel looks like a little bar graph. When I select, or when I click on it to open it, I've got options to left align, right align. Here it says align to the stage. So I check that off. I left align, right align, or center. So I center the horizontal center. Then over here, I can align it to the top, bottom, or middle. So I'm going to put my text right in the center, collapse this, click off it, Control Enter, and I've got my banner with my name on it. So I'm going to end the first video there, and then we're going to add some stars moving through it and change some things.